Check, check. Yo, what's going on, guys? A 2023 DCL blogger first stream of the year. Crazy. I think it's actually the first YouTube video all up in the year. So super happy to be back. There's a bunch of you guys in the stream, so waiting for more. But you know what? Let's just get started. I actually didn't advertise this stream that much, so I don't think many people know I'm streaming. We'll just let this one go. But guys, new start to the year. I'm gonna change so much of what Matty previously has been doing over the last 3 to 4 years. I'm gonna go through some changes we're gonna make. Probably the biggest one is this content style for live streaming. Usually I do 35 minutes, and I thought that was short. But the reality is that people don't have time these days, so they're only gonna hang around for maybe 10-15 minutes. In fact, if we jump to the stats that I get in my analytics dashboard as a YouTube content creator, you can see here for my lives on Mattyverse day streams, and I need to figure out a process for better naming for all of this stuff, but you can see the average view duration is like 10 to 12 minutes. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's like 9 minutes 50. And I think that's very telling. And this year I'm going to do a lot to follow the data. And, you know, if the data tells me that there is people want to watch for less time, then I'll make content more for less, right? Less duration is what I'm trying to say. So 15-minute streams I'm going to try for. I know that sounds crazy. We're going to go till about 8:20 a.m. It's my 8:05 a.m. So we're going to try for 15 minutes of streaming. I think it's going to help me be pretty direct and straight to the point and have a little bit of time to go through some content with you guys later. But the reality is people love short form content. I think things like TikTok, YouTube Shorts has made people expect straight to the point stuff. All right. So I think we got about 10 people watching, which is pretty cool. We got Sarvagya Patni. What's going on? We got SLP Doc. What's happening? What's happening? I think that could be a reference to Axie Infinity. All right. So there's still people joining. For those that are joining still, yeah, gonna be focusing more on short form content. We'll cover that once again. So last 1 or 2 months recap, I went overseas, took a bit of a holiday. I mean, obviously had a 3 to 4 week, but maybe a 2 to 3 week break from working. And for me, work normally entails going on the internet and looking at cool stuff that people are doing, looking at ideas, getting inspired and implementing them. I'm a very tech business minded person where, I mean, most times I shouldn't be working, but I feel like I'm working all the time because I'm always on the phone looking at cool stuff to do, right? Anyway, so yeah, took a bit of a break and had a lot of time to think about stuff and think about the strategy going forward. I think a lot of my content, for the most part, has been maybe methods that somewhat used to work back in the day, but the reality is content is changing a lot these days. So I know a lot of you guys will probably be like, no, Matty, this is not the right way to go. But have been checking out Mr. Beast content, and Mr. Beast, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the same. It's been going, I mean, he gets 80 to 200 million views on some of his videos. Insane. Look at this, 198 million views. And it's very interesting to analyze the type of content Mr. Beast makes. And no, Matty's not going to be making this type of content. So don't worry, I'm not going to turn into these influencers. Although what he does is pretty cool, but he's mastered the art of keeping people engaged. And because he keeps people engaged, YouTube distributes his content better and more, because YouTube's goal is to get people to hang around watching their content for as long as possible, right? So I think like taking a lot of tips from content creators like that, and even, you know, CoffeeZilla's pretty cool. CoffeeZilla makes content, and recently he was talking about the Logan Paul scam. So from his thumbnails to even the type of content that he makes, you can see like every 3 to 5 seconds he'll switch up the view or the angle or something in the content.
It's
goal is to get
really
people
fun
to hang around watching their
game
content
that makes you money
for as long as possible, right? So I think like taking a lot of tips from content creators like that, and even, you know, sorry, I don't think I can. Wait, maybe I can mute this.
We had a issue
Yeah,
with,
look at this type of content. It's pretty direct, straight to the point. It's very engaging.
took the code that he made, fled to Switzerland, actually fled to Switzerland, and like
Pretty much whatever the thumbnail said, getting straight into the point, moving forward. So my streams might not be like this, but the content that I create will be more to the point, right? We have Bohu Chen. What's going on? Feet pics. What's feet pics? Feet pics. Magic Man, what's going on? Alan Crypto, good morning, good morning. What is up, guys? 14 people watching, awesome. Waiting for some of you guys to join. But yeah, gonna be making a different style of content. And for the 3 to 4 people that just joined, we'll be making much more shorter form content. Now, this type of content is pretty cool as well. And I know normally what I do is make, do a live stream every single day. And I wanted to, like back when I was making a plan for this year, I was like, all right, Maddie, you need to make more frequent content. Make, do a YouTube live every single day, do a video review of something every single day, and do a podcast every single day. And I think for me, it was like, right, make more regular content. But what I'm realizing over time, the reality is it's more quality, thoughtful, straight to the point, engaging content that works well on YouTube.
Has formally accused
Even
3
things like
South
this,
American
right?
officials of receiving bribes to ensure votes for Qatar.
This is by Joe Pompliano. He's done this sort of review on the FIFA World Cup and why it's being held in Qatar and everything you need to know about 2022.
But regardless of why the country was awarded the tournament, the other obvious question is why it's being held in the winter. The World Cup has always been played in June and July, ever since its inception.
But I think content like this is really interesting because it gets me to work on a specific topic, dive really deep and cover it from start to finish in a very engaging way. So last time I'll probably say this, yeah, going to be switching the style of my content. Anyway, that's it about my content, right? We normally cover NFT stuff in here or AI stuff, so we'll go through a little bit of that. Also wanted to go through some Discord stuff. Let me see if at some point I can do that because I've been messing around with Midjourney, guys. I'm not sure if you guys have messed around with Midjourney, but very, very quickly, Midjourney is a place where you can, it's one of those AI image generation tools. It's one of the biggest. And basically you can prompt it to write or make an art piece of whatever you want. RJB, what's going on? Barry, what is going on? It has been a while. Happy New Year to you all as well. Thank you guys. Happy New Year to everyone. Yeah. So very quickly, Midjourney is this. If you guys don't know how to use image generation tools, right now Midjourney is free. You can go in here, and I think you get about 25 prompts for free, and then you have to look for a plan to subscribe to. But look at this, right? So this guy typed ice and fire mix Kratos, high quality, high resolution, 8K. And look what he gets. It's pretty damn cool, right? So I can say something like, so what you do is you go slash, you go prompt, and then, slash, oh, that's right, imagine. You go slash imagine, and in the prompt section, you type what you want it to generate. So say something like, it's going to be really weird. Human zombie version of Pikachu. I don't even know what type of image that's going to generate, but when you click enter, it does its thing. It maybe spends about 1 or 2 minutes generating this. It says waiting to start, but you can actually tell it to do whatever you want, right? So a lot of people are making their content like this. Another cool thing you can do is you can actually upload a picture of yourself. So this dude has uploaded a picture of himself, and then he's gone do a cartoon version of that, and he's this Midjourney's done him some real dirty here, but you can see it makes a cartoon version of the image that you upload. And then you can even go so far as to say upload, give it an image and say put a hat on this person, or make a cartoon version of this person with green leaves coming out of his ears, right? There's a lot of stuff you can do with Midjourney, and I think stuff like this is gonna really do well when AI art, when it comes to thumbnails, when it comes to cover photos, when it comes to even comics and stuff like that. I think will be AI generated, because look how quick it is, right? Yeah, so Midjourney works like this. If you aren't playing around with AI, this is such an easy one to start with. Go to Midjourney on their Twitter, join the Discord, mess around. You go to this newbies-141 section and just mess around with stuff, right? So all you do is go /imagine, and then you just tell it to do whatever you want. And over time, these are the sort of experiments that will open up business opportunities for you to try. Suddenly you can maybe even have some gigs as to, hey, you know what? I can make a cartoon version of your face for $10. You can put that gig on Fiverr, right? And basically all you're doing is pasting it into Midjourney, right? Or maybe you can, you can say, I can better copyright, I can translate your essay better in Spanish, and then basically use GPT chat to do it. So there's all these opportunities that people are making money on. And right now, because it's a transition period, not many people know this. So there's that money you can make on Fiverr or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, services are a skill that you know how to do, that someone else does know how to do, and you give them that for a price that you both agree on. There's nothing wrong with that sort of a marketplace going on. Anyway, Midjourney, super interesting. Check it out. Back to NFTs. We've got NFT God here, super sad. Lost all of his stuff. Got hacked. Another crypto hack. Turkey. My eyes are terrible. Can't even see the screen on the right side of my computer, but it's great, good free service if anyone wants to try Stable Diffusion. So yeah, Stable Diffusion. So correct me if I'm wrong, but Stable Diffusion is what powers Midjourney. Is that how it works? Stable Diffusion is sort of like the core kit that people use. Anyway, so NFT God, right, got hacked. And we know NFT God makes a ton of content. He's been making threads for God knows how long. Actually, not that long ago, maybe a year or 8 months or something. But making threads, being very consistent at it. In fact, even I've stopped making threads for a while and all that. But NFT God, and I think it's NFT God out of everyone that's making the most content. It's just been insane. But anyway, got hacked. So it looks like what happened was he downloaded OBS to try and stream gaming content, and ended up clicking a link in Google Ads. So what happens, so let me see if this happens. OBS download, right? And then you get, okay, so for me, it doesn't happen, but it looks like for him, for Alex, what happened was there was a sponsored ad. So some hacker paid Google Ads, money to bid on OBS Studio and made an ad that looked exactly like this, but the link went to an exe file or a download page where if you were to download it, it was like it had all this malware on it, right? Malware. So he ended up doing that. The hacker got access to the Twitter, started tweeting random stuff, started emailing people from his 16,000 subscribers. And the worst part is, from my perspective, is he lost all of his crypto and NFT assets. Lost it all. He lost the Bored Ape that he had. He was uploading it he just accepted a WETH bid for it. And so people started DMing him saying, dude, you WETH'd your ape. You basically accepted the lowest bid on your ape. And he was like, no, what the heck's going on? And he jumped on, and yeah, everything was starting to go. So very, very sad. The saddest, most nightmarish feeling for any person in crypto is probably getting hacked and losing all your crypto and NFT assets. So happy to NFT God. So super sad for him. Check him out, give him some support, share some love on his tweet threads, because that's terrible to happen to anyone. I remember, like, in my first 1 or 2 years of crypto, I would wake up every day and check to make sure that I hadn't been hacked, because it was the scariest thing. And I will say I make my mistakes, but just a bit of a TLDR on the security threads that go around. At the end of the day, if you keep your laptop separate, the one that you trade on, the laptop that you browse and download things on, then you solve like 99% of the problems. Because yeah, if you do click a dodgy link, or sometimes lapse of judgment, it happens so quickly you don't know what's going on, or you do something that compromises that device, or there's like someone is accessing all the content there, then there's no connection between that device with the wallet that's attached to that. the other device that has the wallet, that has your assets that you buy and sell regularly on. So separating those two devices, two laptops, maybe a mobile phone or a laptop, whatever it may be, but you're degenning your browsing, your downloading device is separate to your trading device. It's like the easiest thing to do. One of like the top ways to be secure, right? The other way is obviously to keep your seed phrase safe. So even if your laptops are separated and you have your seed phrase online somewhere and someone gets a hand of that, well, you're still going to lose all your crypto. So keeping your seed phrase safe. Now, how to keep it safe? There's so many ways people keep it safe in their own way. Either they keep a set of that maybe in a locked vault somewhere that only they know the location of. They may separate the seed phrases. So there's like two different sets of it. They keep one somewhere that they know and the other one somewhere that they know. So if they ever need to get it, they have to go find both. If a hacker someone gets access to one of them, they don't get the whole seed phrase. So keeping it offline in your own way is probably the other #1 way to keep safe. So devices separate so you don't get phished and all this sort of stuff, and keeping your seed phrase safe. The two tips to keep your crypto safe, or else it's sad because every week we hear someone getting wrecked like this, right? And I don't think I've ever got scammed. The reality is people like us are probably going to spend the next 2-3 decades in the world of crypto. All it takes is one link click and you could lose it all, right? So we will probably click on a dodgy link. We will probably download something that gets that's very well socially engineered to scam us. You just want to make sure that if in the event that does happen, to me, in my mind, I'm like, look, man, that's 99.9, let's just even say 100% going to happen. You're going to click a dodgy link. If in the event that you do, the computer that you click the dodgy link from, there's no MetaMask on it, there's no seed phrase on it, let's keep all that stuff separate. So that's one of the easiest ways to do it, right? Okay, let's keep going. So Game of Thrones did an NFT reveal. If you saw this or not, looks like they sold out their first set, but I mean, sold out in the sense of I don't think they did a really big drop. There was pretty small curated drop. Let's see, so created, I think it was just like stuff like this, and there was a bunch of models and stuff, right? So avatars, how do we ascending? No. Click here. If you go marketplace, no. I don't know exactly how the drop went in the sense of what they sold, but it seemed like there was a set of avatars. So there was like, we start your adventure in the north for the first chapter. Fate will decide whether you enter the realm as a member of the Night's Watch, a commoner, maester, free folk, or more. And then there was this journey box and stuff like this. It got a lot of flack. A lot of people on Twitter not liking the art here. And I mean, this is a little bit Kevin worthy. Kevin from Pixelmon. It's pretty funny, to be honest, but obviously the hand art is not fitting to the weapon art. Oh no, what happened here? This is I mean, this is an avatar that I would actually rep, to be honest. I would get this. This is stupid. This is funny. But people that got this, it kind of, I mean, something like Game of Thrones, where the quality could be the best, probably. I mean, they have so much money to do this right. There is no need to rush this. A lot of others were also saying that the art here is from stock images. So found on the internet, they bought it and they chucked it in a card of some sort. I think they could have spent a bit more time making this look a little bit better, to be honest. Now, what's next for Game of Thrones? Not exactly sure, but I don't think they did very well even on OpenSea. So if you click on OpenSea and we go, let's go to Game of Thrones, GOT, Game of Thrones. The North series, something like this, you would imagine to do a lot in volume. I mean, 279 ETH isn't too bad, to be honest. Actually, that's all right. What's been going on here? So a lot of people buying these boxes, Series Hero box. So what do you actually get? Was there anyone that did this? Was there anyone? 0x Kryptonian says Matrix NFT was the same, disappointing art, and even worse, gamification is just grinding. Yeah, I think these guys go a bit. I mean, they get some very good IPs to work with. So I think it's the Nifties that are getting these Warner Brothers esque IPs or brand access to do some drops for, and they're the ones designing this whole thing. And truth be told, it's not easy to make sure that an IP like this gets justice in terms of the gamification. I don't think they can rush it. I think you got to really think it through 6 months or however long it takes to make sure that every element either looks good, the journey's there, it's a great experience, the UX is amazing, the items that people get are amazing, they evolve, and most importantly, they do something super innovative. If there's nothing innovative about what they do, it's just such a lost opportunity. Game of Thrones. I mean, why couldn't you just get a bunch of dragons and items and maybe have this virtual experience maybe, and I don't know, do all this other stuff, right? I don't want to talk too bad about this because truthfully, I haven't looked too deeply into what actually is coming up here. So please read before purchase. Game of Thrones hero boxes that have been opened can appear unopened. Okay, cool. So what do you actually get? So let's go back to Game of Thrones here. Let's see in the boxes, what do you actually get? What's in the box? Or is the box what opens up to give you an avatar? To begin your journey, purchase your hero box. Everyone bought a hero box. Your hero box will contain a digital avatar and other digital collectibles that will help you begin to build your realm. Your time in the north is limited to the first chapter, so don't miss out before our next chapter begin. All right, so I'm assuming you get cards and avatars. Also, you get story cards and avatars when you buy it. The story cards. What do you do? What do you do with the story cards? Our first release of story cards will start in the north and is full of many of the first characters. Okay, cool. What are story cards? Story cards give you the opportunity to collect your favorite iconic scenes and moments, including locations, characters, and battles taken directly from the Game of Thrones series. Each time we release additional Game of Thrones Build Your Realm hero boxes or collector packs, we will release new story cards from that box or pack's respective region or Westeros, for example. Okay, so what do you do with these? Is there a game that's coming out? Certain collections and sets of story cards can earn rewards. For example, holding certain characters that are involved in historic battles from the show could earn you even more rare collectibles when you use them in themed collection challenges. Okay, so there's going to be challenges where you can use your story cards. You know what would have been cool with the story cards? If they were animated, like if there was a video scene or a sequence that they were of. So like, for example, you know, the hound pushing, what's his name, off the ledge at the end, right? Or the dragon scene of the Ice Knight guy bloody spearing the dragon. Okay, that being a scene. So the scenes themselves being on the card would have been pretty epic. Because then you somewhat own the scene, or at least like out of the maybe some of the scenes are super rare and they're like diamond level, tier level scenes, and you can get like 10 of those or something. That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, let's see how this one pans out. I think there's a lot of mechanics similar to what they did with the Matrix. All right, let's keep going. Crypto market. So we wanted to go there, and then what are we doing? All right. Now, like I said, guys, I'm going to be making 15 to 20-minute content. So we're already at the 20-minute mark. So let me just do a little bit of this and talk to you guys. Cryptocurrency prices. So it seems like over the last week, we've seen a good 20% rise in Bitcoin price. Holy crap. So Bitcoin's gone from like 16K USD, about 21K. Ethereum's gone from 1,200 to 1,500. Usually what happens is this is a sign of picking up, and it doesn't continue upwards. Normally what happens is there's a little bit of, I mean, if you kind of look at this period here to be similar to this period here, then yeah, normally that's what I compare it to, because that's the same thing that people did here, right? We compared it to the previous period. So we are coming off of the most bullish period of this bear cycle, this cycle of crypto. So this year and even much of last year, with crypto was coming down. Any sort of upward momentum probably is going to be met with more downward momentum eventually. So this time, Bitcoin in 9th April 2018 went from 7,000 USD to 10,000 USD. Everyone was like, oh crap, that's crazy. But then obviously it came down. There's a lot of sideways action, more zigzagging. So I think if it does go up, there's going to be a bit of this going on, then sideways, and it's going to be a very quiet period for a while, and then a big boom. So not expecting too much, but times like this, I would imagine if Bitcoin goes up 23%, you'd probably see some altcoins start to boom. And surprise, surprise, Decentraland's gone up 100% over the last 7 days. It's pretty insane. Aptos up 100%. VeChain up 30%. I mean, after going down like 95%, these projects need to go up 10x to get back to where they were. But hey, you know, a 24% rise in these, 25 to 100% rise in some of these is pretty good to drive interest back in. What I'm interested to see is the reshuffling of the top 20 or the top 30. I feel like every crypto cycle, there's a reshuffling of what the vibe is, what projects were speculated on a little bit too much last time, and they might go down. Other projects that are in a niche that suddenly becomes a big deal, they might go up. So I'm gonna try to look for the next sort of industry to boom within NFTs or crypto, and see where that goes. All right, guys, I did mention this stream will go to 15 to 20 minutes. So for the 10 or so that join in between the start and now, what I'm going to be doing moving forward is much more shorter content. So channel analytics, if you guys have ever seen or looked at stats on your own content, but for me, it looks like people on average stay about 10 minutes for the streams. So for me, it's like, well, Matty, why are you making 45-minute streams, right? So we're aiming for 15 to 20 minute streams. I did mention we will be experimenting with different style of content. Also, I'm going to be doing a lot more. Let me see if I can pull this notepad up. All right, put this over here a little bit, but a lot more. Actually, we'll put this over here. Yeah, shorter content, experimenting with broader content topics. For example, NFTs are cool. But you know what else is cool? Motion cap. You know what else is cool? VR. VR is cool. AR is cool. So like, I feel like instead of just reviewing NFT related content, it'd be a lot of fun to experiment with all sorts of stuff. So like even, you know, putting on my VR glasses. And did you guys know, like for Avatar fans, there's a freaking game where you can mess around with earth bending. Look at that. You can have an earth-bending battle. Isn't that insane? I would love to make content on this stuff. I would actually love to just play this and eventually make some content, because while I'm playing and messing around, it's also experimenting with the future, what can be done. I mean, maybe you can have this style of building. So freaking cool. Okay, I need to play this. I really need to play this. But anyway, moving forward, we're gonna get a VR setup over around here. We're gonna get some motion cap stuff. We're gonna play around with AI. We're even gonna just mess around with VTubing. I know, like, what the hell is VTubing? I did a video on this before, but people actually use their avatars to represent themselves. So who's that guy? I think it's Miko. Here we go. The code Miko.
Nah.
Oh god. Work out. You can talk to
Uses their avatar.
that I
Uses their avatar to do streams, right? So we're even going to experiment with that, and I don't think my avatar is going to look like an anime character. It'll probably look closer to a meta crew. But hey, you know, it's going to get a lot more experimental with the tech that we have and more practical, because reviewing content is cool, but actually trying new tech stuff, I think, is what I'm probably super interested in. So we're going to do that stuff, right? All right, lastly, what else have you got, Matty? Anything else? No, that's probably it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We will talk to what have you guys been saying in the chat. We'll let's see if we can pull up anything you want me to pull up. So for later, you'll have a month to signal. Two completely different schemes. What's going on here? Matrix NFT was same stuff. You got to be careful buying these boxes. A bunch of boxes were open on Nifty website and claimed what's inside and listed empty boxes on OpenSea. There you go. Maddie, Mooncats have called a vote. It's your duty to signal. Have they? I'll check it out. CryptoPunks just got jacked a week before NFT God. Oh, CryptoPunk is that a person? Who's CryptoPunk? You mean the CryptoPunk? Might be the CryptoPunk contract, right? VR is awesome for galleries. You actually can see the art as large as the artist extended it for you. So yeah, definitely. Miko has been on TV with her avatar. Yeah, Miko's stuff is just super epic, right? There's this one, so like code Miko reveal. Look at this. Like this is epic.
Ooh. A queen of edging.
Look at the level of this avatar detail.
I worked all day and night for the last, I think for the last month, but the last 2 weeks have been a huge stretch. Every day I was like a constant developing, and whew.
Have I been rugged again? Probably the first thing I gotta fix over here. Is it working? Is it not working? What's going on here? Check. Oh no. Good. My bad. Have I been rugged again? Probably the first thing I gotta fix over here. What the hell? Oh, it is working. Weird. All right, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, Miko stuff is super cool. So code Miko makes avatars.
Like it. Every strand is simulated, and they're not cards.
And you know, like some people, this is pretty corny, but to me, it's like the future is going digital, and people, why would you represent yourself as your human self when you could literally be whatever the heck you want to be, right? And the fact that everyone changed their Twitter profile pics to their avatars, I think that was very telling of the future of this space. So I think eventually there's going to be pretty easy to transition softwares to get you looking like this and making content. I think it can be whoever you want, right? You could run around and dance in bloody VR rooms, and because you're not representing yourself. So I think all this social anxiety and stuff that people may have, they may not have it anymore, because you can suddenly be your avatar and not be judged on your actual appearance, right? Please hire Miko for an avatar for yourself, Matty. I might. So does she actually do custom avatars? Because I might do that. That's pretty cool. She does have a what? No, that's not right. But last I checked, there was a she's got some software that she's got some project that you can mess around with to make an avatar. All right, guys. Anyway, moving forward, like I said, streams are going to go for 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to get straight to the point and cover direct content. So thanks for joining this time around. It's been a good 30 minutes of streaming. Also, this is probably pretty big, but I will be streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on. So only 2 days a week for this month, and maybe even next month, until the rest of my content game is, or my content strategy plan is clear. Jumping on a stream every single day is a little bit tiring. So we're just going to do 2 streams a week. And I'll clarify this in Discord or somewhere. I know today is Monday, but so we're going to skip tomorrow. I'm going to go straight to Thursday. We're going to go 2 streams a week for the first month or 2. And then once we're in the groove, we can pick it right back up to every day again. So let's keep it at that. Guys, thanks for joining on this one. Happy New Year to everyone here. Nice to talk to all of you. Nice to have you guys back as well. And you know what? We'll catch up Thursday. We'll catch up Thursday. So I'll do a bit of an explainer on my Twitter. And yeah, catch you guys then. Thanks for joining.